Hey guys, Frank's a little under the weather today, so I'm going to be shooting the show alone. It's been a weird week for us when it comes to stuff like that, but we'll be back on track by tomorrow. Want to let you know that Remen has 24-hour turn times, so if you're looking for a quick turn on a loan, you want to make sure that you talk to these people right over there. But you didn't know, I had my cat the whole time. This is a really trippy story, kind of unbelievable, but you know what they say with truth and fiction, it's a little bit stranger. But the U.S. District Court in Brownsville, Texas alleges that HSBC, the bank, knowingly provided support to 4 of Mexico's most notorious drug cartels by laundering their money and providing material support to terrorists. This according to a lawsuit that's been filed by 4 families. I mean, seriously guys, terrorism, drug cartels, talk about doing anything for a buck. Now, employees at Mexicans' HSBC's bank branches routinely accepted deposits of hundreds of thousands of dollars, sometimes millions in US dollars from people with no identifiable source of income. Unseasoned funds. We know something about that in the lending industry now, don't we? I'll tell you what these guys needed down in Mexico. A couple crooked loan officers to go ahead and create a paper trail for those funds. We got a lot of history of doing this, guys. We could have helped you out. But did you know that FHA will allow the use of mattress money if the borrower can demonstrate the ability to save and have a reasonable explanation as to how they got the money? Now, I know most lenders aren't going to enforce this or they're not going to allow for mattress money, but HUD will allow it. And if you don't believe me, check out the 4155 Chapter 2, Section B2. Come on, guys, let's get it together. Now, with that said, could this be the case of just a few folks down in Mexico who were using mattress money and saving it rather than drug laundering? Probably not. Well, like I said, anything for a buck. And it's that very business approach that keeps banks in the negative light and ultimately blackens the eyes of the mortgage industry. Because according to the DEA, the lifeblood of these cartels that keep them going is obviously their money. So if banks don't launder it, it makes it much more difficult for them to operate their businesses. Probably a pretty good idea. And it will pull up all of the dungeons or lairs or kink rooms of people who are looking at generating revenue from their fetishes. So the next time you travel to a different city, and if you got like tastes that are a little bit different than some other people, well, you might want to check this out. Faster. Ah. Well, you guys are probably familiar with the site Airbnb. We've talked about that before. It's where folks who have income-producing properties can go ahead and increase their revenue, their cash flow on these properties by advertising their house on Airbnb, so when people are traveling to different cities, they can go ahead and stay in your house. Now, this is great for consumers because they can generally get properties for 75 cents on the dollar, and it beats staying in a hotel. Well, there's a new site that came out, and this one's kind of, well, let's just say this is an adult show, right? The new site is called Kink Airbnb, and it's just like Airbnb with a little twist. Now, if you're traveling to a different city, you can go ahead and type that city in here, and Kink Airbnb will pull up all the properties where people have, let's just call them kinky rooms that you can go ahead and rent out overnight, like Airbnb. So if you have crazy fetishes, and you feel like staying in somebody else's kink room, I guess you can do it.
You ready to go?
Who needs Frank? Hey, listen, we're going to keep the show short today, but we'll be back with you tomorrow with a fantastic show. Make sure you forward this on to folks that you know who might be interested in it. And until tomorrow, we'll see you soon.